Following a developing story, this coming out of Center City, one person in custody tonight after a woman was shot and killed. It all happened in the middle of the afternoon, right along a busy Chestnut Street. This entire crime was caught on video.
September 5th, 2025, Center City, Philadelphia, rush hour. Thousands of people filled the sidewalks outside one of Philadelphia's busiest intersections. Cars inched through traffic. Storefronts buzzed with customers. It was the kind of evening where nothing feels out of the ordinary until a single gunshot brought everything to a stop. People scattered. Some ran. Others froze. When the chaos ended, 33-year-old Lauren Jardine was lying on the sidewalk, fighting for her life. Dozens of witnesses saw what happened. At first, investigators believed this was a straightforward homicide. Then they reviewed the surveillance footage. Everything they thought they knew began to unravel. The video told a very different story. And what happened during those final moments would divide public opinion, transform the criminal case, and leave one question at the center of the investigation. What really happened on the corner of 12th and Chestnut? Lauren Jardine grew up in South Philadelphia, the kind of woman her family described as funny, smart, and charming. Her brother Lemire called her a stand-up person who looked out for people whether she knew them or not. She was working at the Riverwalk Giant grocery store, earning her GED and building something real. At a Philadelphia Mayor's Office of Education event the previous year, she stood before a room and spoke about where she was headed. Now more than ever, she told them, I'm sincere and dedicated to earning my GED, so one day soon I can start my own business. She had a plan, and she was finally walking in her purpose. That Friday afternoon, she had spent hours at a job fair nearby. When investigators later went through her bag, they found it filled with job applications, carefully collected, ready to be filled out. She was walking home past a 7-Eleven when she saw something that made her stop. Outside that 7-Eleven, a man named John Kelly was arguing with his girlfriend. Kelly was 45 years old and homeless. He was not a stranger to that corner. The manager of a nearby 7-Eleven had filed a police report against him months earlier. Kelly had spent 5 months harassing employees and customers, especially women stealing food and drinks and making threats. In April 2025, he was arrested for criminal trespass, making terroristic threats, and harassment. His criminal record stretched back 2 decades: drug possession, robbery, aggravated assault, in and out of jail. On the evening of September 5th, he was standing outside the 7-Eleven at 12th and Chestnut holding a screwdriver. He was arguing loudly with his girlfriend. Witnesses say Lauren Jardine, walking past and seeing a man threatening a woman, made a decision. She stopped. She stepped in. Her mother, 80, said it without hesitation when asked why. She was helping someone. She was probably trying to tell him to leave her alone. What happened next was captured on a bystander's cell phone and shared across social media before the night was over. Lauren Jardine was illegally carrying a firearm, a gun that investigators later traced to a car theft in Philadelphia. Neither she nor Kelly had a license to carry. During the confrontation, Lauren drew the weapon. Kelly grabbed for it. The two fought over the gun on the sidewalk of one of the busiest streets in the city. Kelly got control of the firearm. He shot her in the lower back. He shot her in the hand. He continued to fire. As Lauren tried to get back up from the ground, a final shot rang out. As he gets off of her, Assistant District Attorney Jeff Hojnowski told reporters, he's kind of standing off to her right-hand side as she's attempting to get up. You hear another gunshot, which I believe to be the fatal gunshot wound.
One person in custody tonight after a woman was shot and killed. It all happened in the middle of the afternoon, right along a busy Chestnut Street. This entire crime was caught on video. Action News reporter Leland Pinder joining us live from police headquarters with more on what we're learning about this. Leland.
Gray, a really nice Friday night here, coming to a halt for a few hours in a very popular and well-traveled area of Center City. Sources tell us police are looking into whether this may have been a domestic situation. Dramatic video shows a shooting unfold in Center City Friday evening. This happened just before 6 p.m. at the corner of 12th and Chestnut in front of a 7-Eleven.
This is not the area that you typically hear things like this happening.
Despite not hearing it often in his neighborhood, Casey Boltinghouse was sure the popping he heard was a gunshot as he was headed out for a bike ride.
That's when I just was outside my door, heard that, and just started riding down Chestnut.
Police say one woman is dead, pronounced at Jefferson about 90 minutes after the shooting was reported, and one person is in custody. The video appears to show 3 people involved. It looks as if one woman is trying to get a man off of another woman. Moments later in that same video, it shows the man point a gun at the woman on the ground. Oh my God! Police have not released how or if this trio may know each other or what led up to the shooting. Sources tell us police are also looking into whether one of the women was the person initially armed. Witnesses reported the gun was somehow pried away from her.
They hauled the girl off in the ambulance, which that happened really quick. Obviously, the hospitals are right around here, so that happened pretty quick. Hauled her off. She was getting loaded up when I got here.
Evidence markers suggest at least 2 shots were fired. Police say their investigation is ongoing.
A SEPTA officer arrested Kelly approximately a block from the scene. Lauren Jardine was rushed to Thomas Jefferson University Hospital, where she would be pronounced dead. The charge was initially murder, but 4 days later, the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office announced it was downgrading the charge to voluntary manslaughter. The video had changed everything. Under Pennsylvania law, the sequence of events mattered. Lauren had drawn the gun first. Kelly had wrestled it away from her and fired. Prosecutors determined that the footage did not support a murder charge as defined by the law, and that continuing to pursue it would be legally untenable once the full video was reviewed by a jury.
The Philadelphia District Attorney's Office announcing downgraded charges in the deadly shooting of a woman in Center City. The DA's office says it's no longer charging the suspect with murder in the death of 33-year-old Lauren Jardine. The suspect now charged with voluntary manslaughter. Our Steve Keeley takes a closer look.
It is troubling. Veteran police and defense lawyers say they were surprised at the announcement from District Attorney Larry Krasner's office that the murder charge against 45-year-old John Kelly is being downgraded. In the shooting of a 33-year-old woman that Philadelphia police sources say tried to intervene in a confrontation between Kelly and his girlfriend outside this Center City 7-Eleven store Friday at 5:49 p.m. here at 12th and Chestnut Streets. Tonight, we showed video of the murder provided to Fox 29 by law enforcement sources to veteran defense lawyers not affiliated with the case in any way. Based on what you know and what you've seen, do you think it's right to downgrade charges this quick?
Based on what I've seen, to be very honest with you, no.
The video may not tell the full story, but if you look just at the video, it appears that the individual, the man, disarmed the woman who was previously armed, now presumably unarmed, and from a distance, from several feet away, while she's lying on the ground, pumps a couple bullets into her. Looks like murder to me.
In its release, the district attorney's office said, quote, after reviewing new evidence, it is now downgrading the charges to voluntary manslaughter and weapons crimes.
I think it's very early in the investigation to do that. And that, I think, is what is rubbing most people the wrong way.
But it seems to me that this should have been charged, from what I saw, as general murder, which means first-degree murder, and you let it go through the system, and you let the system decide, the jury or the judge, whether it's first degree, third degree, voluntary, involuntary, or not guilty.
Shaka Johnson says he has learned from sources that new video shows the victim was armed with something sharp.
Someone very close to this investigation told me not even an hour ago that there is a new video, perhaps a new angle from someone else, maybe a passerby or a citizen, that tends to show that she was armed. But again, even if we take them on face value, she's armed with the pair of scissors and not, well, whatever it may have been, it wasn't a firearm, and there was distance between the parties, a considerable amount of distance between the parties. He now has the firearm, she doesn't. Shot. Super pause. Shot again. I got a little bit of an issue with that. You charge a guy not a week ago with murder, and then just a few days later, you downgrade that to voluntary manslaughter. That's a hard pill for the community to swallow.
In Center City,
The downgrade sent shockwaves through the city. Lauren's family was devastated. Her brother Lemire struggled to find words. She's very funny, smart, charming. He said, It's a lot. It's a lot right now.
Situation one day at a time. The shooting happening at the 7-Eleven here at 12th and Chestnut. This is a very busy area. There's lots of shops and restaurants in the area. And if you come down this way, Jefferson Health has a number of buildings in the area as well. And as you can imagine, around 5:45 Friday evening when the shooting happened, there's a lot of people walking up and down these streets here on the sidewalk and traffic as well. And this family is just wondering how this could happen to her.
She's very funny, smart, charming. It's a lot. It's a lot right now.
That's how Lauren Jardine remembers his sister. 33-year-old Lauren Jardine was shot and killed last Friday outside a 7-Eleven in Center City at 12th and Chestnut. This was a picture of her taken when she was a guest speaker at the Philadelphia Mayor's Office of Education last year. But these are surveillance pictures of the incident Friday, where investigators believe Jardine intervened when she saw a man and a woman she didn't know in a confrontation.
Did she get it for whatever reason and inserts herself into that argument that did not initially involve her?
She always was a stand-up type of person. She always was. She always would look out for you if she could. If she felt like something was wrong, she'd definitely speak up. She don't got a problem speaking her mind.
Investigators say Jardine was armed with a gun, but somehow the man involved in the confrontation disarmed her and shot and killed her. Investigators say that man is 45-year-old John Kelly, who was unhoused and stayed in the area. Monday, it was announced he was arrested and charged with several counts, including murder. But what exactly happened that fateful day is still being investigated.
Some reports are that the shooter pulls out a screwdriver that he kept on him. There's other reports that she pulls out the gun first. The gun was her. She initially possessed the gun and brought it to the location with her.
The public was divided. Some argued that Kelly was a known violent offender who should have never been on that street. Others pointed to the video and said the law had spoken. The debate consumed Philadelphia for days, but for Ada Jardine, none of the legal definitions changed what she knew about her daughter. She was helping someone. John Kelly faces voluntary manslaughter charges, multiple weapons violations, and possession of an instrument of crime. His case is ongoing. Lauren Jardine was 33 years old. On the evening of September 5th, 2025, she walked toward a situation that most people would ignore. What happened in the moments that followed would be captured by surveillance cameras, replayed in court filings, and debated by people across Philadelphia. But long after the legal arguments have ended, one thing will remain unchanged. A family lost their daughter. A sister was taken from the people who loved her, and a life that was filled with hopes, plans, and possibilities came to an end on a city sidewalk. Rest in peace, Lauren. Thank you for watching The Grim Watch. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime documentaries. See you in the next video.